What's happening, everybody? This is Can I Get More Podcasts in my monitor. I am Johnny Ruckus. I hope everybody is doing well today. This is going to be part 2 of my conversation with my brothers, Corey Schmidt, Eric Peters. We get into a little bit more. We go a little deeper here. You know, a little bit more in depth with some things that we don't normally get to talk about too often. Still awesome, you know, we still have a lot of fun. So there's a ton of laughs, so you don't have to worry about that. But we do get a little bit deeper into some inner workings of 215 and stuff like that. So still a lot of fun. Thanks for everybody who listened to the first episode of Corey and Eric's podcast. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Take a look real quick on the social medias if you can, if you want to. Facebook and Instagram, be at Podcasts in My Monitor. If you want to follow me, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at The Johnny Ruckus. You can find me on YouTube. You know, you have to do a little search. Twitch, you know, I come on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/The Johnny Ruckus. And also thank you for checking out the new Ruck Tees, teespring.com/stores/The Johnny Ruck Tees. Definitely appreciate it. Any bit will help. As like I said, I donate 50% of all the profits to Josh's family. I definitely appreciate that. That is, I don't know if I can express my gratitude for people helping out and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm gonna not talk too long here. Part 2, Corey Schmidt, Eric Peters, and then at the end we're also going to play another 3 Left song. So stay tuned for that. Definitely appreciate it. Wow. So okay, started that. All right, and then cover band.
Yeah, that was a band called Rerun Slade, and it was
shout out.
Yes, it was Don Richter, Jack Chechka, and my very good long friend. I've known him since I was like elementary school or something like that, and
okay.
he was a good drummer. I would always go like kind of like your garage band. I would just sit there and just jam like one Collective Soul or one Nirvana riff for 15 minutes straight, you know, and it was just like nothing really like structured or formatted or anything.
Just playing.
But then, yeah, he joined up with us and we were playing like 30 to 40 different types of cover songs like Nirvana, Foo Fighters, Scorpions, Metallica.
Oh, wow, okay.
Guns N' Roses. We did all kinds
of.
Yeah,
you covered
everything.
A lot of ground there.
So yeah, we covered a lot. And it was interesting because, you know, I just had this shitty like Ibanez and, you know, really like a 50-watt MG, like those MG 50 DFX Marshall. Yeah.
Oh, the Marshall. Okay, yeah.
Again,
Oh, Jesus
but no,
Christ.
This wasn't the tube head. It was just the combo.
Oh no, no, I gotcha. I gotcha.
So I was just like, oh
baby.
boy, like yeah, I can
too.
play, but my tone is kind of weak.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and so then they were like, well, we really need because they were originally a 3-piece. And they needed another guitar player. And they were like, all right, well, I'm going to give you 30 songs to learn. And we have a show in a month. Oh, my God. Okay.
Time to work.
You know, yeah, I'm probably only going to get through like maybe 10. You know, like, but then at that point, immediately I was like, well, I got to shut off my phone and not talk to anybody. Everybody's going to have to hit me up. They're just going to go straight to voicemail because I got a lot of fucking work to do. You know, like I can't dick around.
Yeah.
So, and I got it done to where it was. We did 2 sets. It was one of like 15 and then another 15. I played them all.
Yeah.
And within a month, and it was. Yeah, it was, you know, learning cover songs like that, you just look up tablature and, you know, see people of it playing it online and it's just like, okay, well, I got that.
Yeah.
You know, so it didn't take that long, you know, and some of the songs weren't that difficult to play, but, you know, it's just in that time frame, it was just like.
Well, I'm sure at that point, too, you developed your ear. Because you're trying to learn stuff without playing in bands, so I'm sure you probably developed a good ear at that point.
Yeah, a lot of tablature.
Yeah.
More than anything. But then
ultimate guitar.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. But But then, ear came through later when I started to learn, like, oh, well, this is how minor scale works with, harmonic, all the different scales that working together. It's like, okay, well, I know how this is all structured out. Like, now, this is how you can write music.
Yeah.
And then my buddy Jim, shout out to Jim.
Shout out.
He was talking to somebody named, I think Scully or something. Who did Josh know that was? I think. Do you know offhand of a person named? I think her name was Scully or something like that.
Sounds.
I think maybe a podcast, or I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway,
is this someone in
somebody that Josh knew that, and
out
then
of state?
Maybe
Illinois,
maybe
Chicago?
I do not know, but my friend Jim knew somebody named Scully that Josh knew, and Josh was looking for a guitar player to.
Was the Scully person it was something with Jeffrey Dahmer, wasn't there? Like a link
something,
there?
yes, there was they started talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, and my buddy is all big into serial killers and Jeffrey Dahmer and all that happy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, then
and then he was talking to Josh about and Josh, like I said, Josh was convincing at the time, learning, telling him like all these, interesting stories that about how he lived in Oxford apartments and all that stuff. So my friend Jim was sold on it, thinking that, Jesus, you might want to hit this guy up and be in a band with him. He lived right next door to Jeffrey Dahmer. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, all right, well, let me listen to this stuff. And, like how you were, it was how I kind of approached it. Like, it was like the vibe was there. It was good. Some songs, it was just like, Jesus, like, okay. but like listening to Beast Mode and what was the other one that I really liked? Psalm and Ghost, like that. I listened to that. I was like, Jesus, these guys are good. Like, yeah, I'll go and definitely check this out, and then I'd ended up jamming like. I learned like 3 songs. I think it was like 2 songs. I learned Beast Mode, and then what was it? Jeffrey and Vilified.
Yeah.
Those were the
Number
ones
2?
I was just like
Number two.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that is as ridiculous as it sounds. It was impressive because we had tried out. We've had, you try out bass players over the years, and at the point you're talking about, we were trying to put this thing back together.
Yeah.
So we had tried out a guy the week before, and he didn't bother to even listen to anything.
Yeah, that's not.
And it was like, okay, and then all of a sudden he had more power to him, but he had ideas of what shit we should do, and it's like, you didn't.
That's not how it works. Yeah.
But like trying to find bass players and stuff like that. It's like. None of them ever learned anything.
Right.
So here you roll in, you know how to set your shit up. You set it up and you're like, yeah, I learned this, that, whatever it was. And I said, you want me to take it? And he goes, no, I got it. And I was like,
for what song was this? Was it Beast Mode, I think?
Yeah, all of them. Actually, all of them.
Yeah.
Like Beast Mode was like it was a single guitar song. It kind of had to be a little bit creative. And I'm like, well, do you want me to do this? What do you want to do? I just went, I got this. And then like Vilified, like we rolled that, and I might have the video of that somewhere. I think I do.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I actually do. I know I do. It's on the Mac somewhere.
Me playing it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I got to see this.
You're like,
yeah, because we wanted to see it.
Yeah.
I have it somewhere.
Because when you're in the moment, you're like, we want to actually listen back,
right?
And actually,
so
like I played it. I remember playing it
you
and
played
getting
it a little wrong.
but very wrong. Yeah, it was. I wouldn't say very wrong, but it was.
It was close, but there was a little bit. But the point being, as I was like, he'll probably be like, yeah, why don't you do it? He's like, no, I got it, and it was pretty good. It was a couple little tweaks, big fucking deal.
Yeah,
but it was just like, no, I got it. I'll get this. Don't worry about it, Holmes. Another song is like, yeah, I'll do that. Do you want to do the Beast Mode, the solo? Is like, you want me to take it? He's like, no, I got it. And I'm like, fuck, I don't remember the other part. There's two.
Well, that's
there's
right.
a harmony part to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was like, I'll just play the rhythm part. The only time I ever played the rhythm part on that song is when we recorded it.
Right.
So I was like, fuck, what's the rhythm part? Like I had to think about it. But he rolled in and knew all that shit, and he knew it note for note. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, obviously in our classic fashion, we had to fuck with him.
Of course.
But as far as for that, it was like, okay, well, he's fucking in, you know. But it's just like, I was impressed by that. I'm sure you were tickled by that, at least, you know.
No, I probably sold
you
it.
Just
didn't like
yeah.
I was.
He
Josh,
was no selling.
Josh and Johnny were nice, but then you just didn't say anything. I had that vibe from
cold
you. Like,
as ice.
Yeah, it's like
cold as ice.
I can't wait till you leave.
That would be your vibe, that would be your MMA name,
Cold
Eric.
As
Cold as ice.
Like, I remember leaving, and I was like, well, Johnny and Church Creed, Josh are, you know, they're cool, but something about that fucking
drummer guy.
something about that fucking drummer. I couldn't tell if it was ego or like what it was. It's just, or if he was
There's no
like,
ego.
I know.
No.
Till later on, I knew that, but like at the point, I was just like, you know, this guy's got something up, a bug up his ass or something.
It goes back to it goes back to I'm never high, I'm never low.
Yeah.
It's like you came in, you did your thing, and I'm like, okay.
And then hence why I kept on stopped scrolling, and I was like, oh well, you know, I tried. And then
I mean, I can't sit here and have you like leave and go, I killed that shit.
Right.
I'm not gonna give you that.
Right. And I wouldn't expect.
I'm not gonna go.
I wasn't. Why not?
Oh,
why not? I'm kidding.
Because I know guitar players.
Yeah. Our egos
They
are
want that.
fucking crazy.
I'm not giving it to them.
No.
You guys are in my way.
Your stupid fucking head socks.
Maybe that's my problem. I just have something against everybody. So it's like, no, I'm not going to give you anything. Damn it. Were you good? Yeah.
Some sort of Napoleon complex.
You're good.
Yeah.
Great. Come back next week.
So fill in real quick, anybody that's still listening to this thing, is that we totally, well, how we do it, we no-sold Corey completely. We gave him this really long text message.
Yeah, it was a long text message saying
tons of space in it, right?
You know,
like it was long
you did
as
really
fuck.
good, and
I wonder if I still have it.
Come on, you got to have that.
Yeah.
But there's always the
right
but. Did we say we're probably going to move? Well, we're going to go in a different direction or something.
Something like that. But we put tons of spaces in it, so I mean, it was long.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like it would have covered pages on a fucking computer.
Yeah,
like,
you had to scroll through his text to get to the actual ending.
but
see, that's the part I enjoed,
right?
Because I no-sold you the whole time.
Yeah.
But I liked you.
Yeah.
But you would have never known that.
No, I didn't. I thought you hated me.
There was, I knew you well enough. There was a little tell if he wants it to be there, and it was there. But
I always like to. I guess I like to test people.
Yeah,
Can you take a joke?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because that's the one thing. You can play, but if you can't take the joke, then how are we supposed to have fun in this band?
Are you good hang?
Right.
Yeah. That's really,
and you
for
have
me.
to
That's
take
what it
our
is.
shit to be good.
Yeah, and that's really what it is for me. It's like okay, cool, you can do this, but there's a whole other element to being in a band. Like,
Yes.
Can we be together and have fun? It's like if you can't take that joke and you can't, I expect you to spit it back at me.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not a one-way street.
I try.
It's like I'm doing it. Well, right. It's like I'm doing it. But it's like fun. Let's go. Give it back because that's fun to me.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
eases all the tension.
Absolutely.
Stress goes away. We have fun. We have a good time. We give each other shit.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm a push button guy.
Yes, and you are a master.
Like you said, it makes it fun.
You are a fucking master at pushing buttons. It's hilarious. Just fucking hilarious.
But yeah, that text message I know was very long.
There's times where I've just wanted to like, I'm gonna fucking sock this guy. I swear. I won't.
And he gets off.
But
on
I yeah.
Gets off on it.
Yeah.
It's our Eric. It's our RCPTRS.
No balls.
Thug Peters.
Thug.
I call him that sometimes. He's like, "What the fuck?" I think it's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
So
but
that's
yeah,
why
it was
I
like I like halfway scrolled through that, and I was just like, well, this is something I tried.
He's right, like the fucking drummer.
I learned
this is the drummer's decision.
drummer.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, well, it's 2 to 1. The drummer, he wants me out. I already know it.
Then how did I persuade another one? Right?
Yeah.
How did I convince one of the other guys to say no?
Yeah. So then, he was like, that asshole's, I guarantee you he's convincing. So then he probably talked Johnny out of it. I know that. So then, but then, I was just like, oh, wait, there's more. And then it was like, just kidding. What did it say? I don't remember. I wish I had the method.
I know it was
but I don't.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
We want you in the band.
And then I was like, oh, fuck yeah, let's do this. I'm like, hell yeah.
All is forgiven.
Right. And that was the first step, like the first band that I was like to do local
this
shows.
This is the first original band, right?
Oh, yes. First original band.
Yeah, I was going to ask that then. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. So, see, we didn't know.
So that's why I was, talking, like our first show at Hijink, our first time back.
Yeah.
We took like, what was it, like good while, like couple months, maybe more of just preparing. And we did a hell of a job. It was a lot of hard work. But
yeah,
we did very well. But that first show at Hijinks, I remember going to the bathroom to take a piss at least like maybe 15 times. I was very nervous to actually play in front of that kind of crowd, that amount of people. The amount of people. Then I was playing shows where like nobody really either give a shit or just like one or two people were watching.
Right.
And then this was like, oh boy, this is their comeback.
And
our album release and everything. There's people watching. I can't fuck this up.
There was a lot of stuff going on.
Anti-hero to play. And it's just like, son of a bitch. No, shout out to WiRock. They posted that. Love WiRock.
I have the video from the second show.
Oh, yeah. I fucked that up royally.
Completely fucking burned it. And
I butchered it.
I watched it like a couple weeks ago, and I'm laughing so fucking hard because it was brutal, but it was so funny.
Thank God nobody knew the song
was
that
so
well.
fucking funny.
That's why we were supposed to talk to him while he played. That helped him.
Oh, yeah.
I remember even in practices, like, come on, buddy, you can do it. And then you would get it right.
And he would laugh and he would play it right. Yeah.
Ryan wrote the riff at first.
Yes.
And
shout out to RJ Styles.
RJ. And like when I was playing it, it was just this weird what I did was I took a video of you playing it and then I kind of just played it that way.
Yeah.
But then
he was able to play it
that one night when after Height we all crashed over at his place and then he's like, dude, why are you playing it this way? Like it's simpler if you do it like this. And I'm just like, fuck. I couldn't.
Well,
then
my hand wouldn't do what he would do, so I had to do how my hand would do it.
Insane. Like how the fuck do I play this song?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna screw it up. Like
and you did.
Absolutely.
and that's all right because
brutal.
It was fucking hilarious.
But the first time I did it, I nailed it. And after that, like I was nervous knowing that I had to be the one to start off that riff, and then we all went in. But I was just like, I'm not going to look at anybody. I'm just going to try and play this. My hands were shaking.
See,
I was nervous.
What I find is interesting about this time is because we had crammed 20 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bucket in the time frame that we needed to do it. Mm-hmm. So like the small talk stuff like this, like learning that you hadn't had like an original band to play with. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
Which like blows my mind, but we had so much shit going on we couldn't.
Right.
There was no way we would ever get to that, you know. So, you did good, kid, you know.
Thank you.
But
I tried my
and
best.
I guess we did a bunch of stuff. Not that 215 was like big or anything, but like we had some people who knew us. Sure. So like this first show back was actually without sounding like a dickhead, it was kind of a big deal. There were some people that were interested.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I got the pictures there. The place was packed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There was a lot of fucking people there, not only for us.
Right.
We had RevX on and so it wasn't only for us, good lineup, but it was a great setup.
Helped,
absolutely. But there were a lot of people there, so I can see, and they're right up there.
Yeah.
We had people right in our face, so it was really nice shows where people weren't laying back.
Yeah.
Everybody was in your fucking face, so that was really cool. But yeah, that's awesome that was your first.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you if that was your local thing. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would do a lot of YouTube covers on like songs like that and do all that, but I was never actually worked with a
original band.
Very good group of musicians like that, role. I mean, every band member I've ever worked with, they were all great. You know, don't get me wrong, but like not like to where they structured out their own songs. You know, so it was a different page or a different chapter, I guess. But but I knew what I was going to do.
Well, I
knew what I had to do.
We were a band long enough, and we had been playing music long enough where we had the direction. We knew where we wanted to go.
Yes.
You know, so I guess that helped.
The tone issue I was having too.
Yeah.
You know, it was. You know, I was still learning a lot. At
Absolutely.
That point.
Yeah, I mean that's the name of the game, like always.
Well, and I think like us have already playing shows.
Yep.
I think it probably helped you because
did.
everyone else in the band wasn't nervous like that.
Yeah.
You know, if we would all been a wreck, who knows how you would have done.
And I remember Josh coming up to me. He goes, "Dude, I didn't know this was your actual like first like local thing. Like I was nervous for you." I was like, "Dude, I was fine. Like, I mean, Anti-Hero was a little. That was the one that if I could get through that fucking intro, I would be." I would be okay.
Yeah.
You know. So then once we played that, and I didn't mess it up at Hijinks. But then once everybody else joined in with me and then the energy was there, I was like, all right, let's fucking do this. This is what I always wanted to be doing and playing and show, like, you know, this is the start.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
You know, and from then on I calmed down at the end, like as the show kept on going.
You focused it.
Yeah, dude, I was good to go. But when I got there to do load in and then just going to the bathroom constantly, it was just like, I got to take another.
Hey, at least
and
you'll always remember
Kelly's
it.
coming up to me. She's like, "You've been going to you're nervous, aren't you?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm nervous."
I was completely oblivious because you're doing.
Wow.
You're catching up with this person you haven't seen in forever. You're talking where you're listening to the music, the whole thing. Like, it's just one of those things you don't get time.
Right.
It's like 10 fucking degrees outside.
Did
you know?
I had an idea because we had talked and you kind of just gave me like your quick background on things. I just made the assumption that I was like, this is your first original band.
Yeah.
And which was fine. I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess I really didn't think about how nervous you would be for the front, but I get it.
Well, I remember the talk that we had, like,
me, I was just excited to go.
Like, they were like, your nerves don't kick in or anything like that, right? And I was just like, well, no, I can't tell him yes. So I was like, yeah, no, I'll be fine. But then in my head, I'm like, fuck, yeah, I'm nervous. So, but I know, with playing sports and having people watch me do that, it was just like, well, it can't be that much different,
right?
So. I'm gonna do what I got to do because that's
you had to get through that first minute or two.
Yeah.
And
then it was
because we had enough practices beforehand where it's like, okay, you're fine.
I knew, it's like I knew what I was doing. I knew the riffs, everything, all of that. But just to do that, practicing from where we were, and this goes for any band. Practicing and gigging is two ends of the spectrum. It's two different things.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it just is
completely different.
Very. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, well, yeah, and you think back at the time, like I alluded to, is we packed so much shit in such a short period of time. And again, that goes to Josh being very convincing because that timetable was always him.
Oh man.
Come on, you guys can do it. And we're like, yeah, we can. And
it's one of the things that always drove me nuts with Josh.
Yes.
It was just like he would want to push everything so quick.
Yeah.
And me, I'm more of like, no, let's make sure we got it as best as we can.
That was a complete difference.
Josh is very like, no, we're good. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what
we're not ready. What are you doing?
Yeah. So like,
I already booked the show for next week.
No, that's the kind of like the mentality and focus I am with the guys in Three Left. They're Three Left, Rich, Ronnie, and Jeremy, and John and Chad. At the time when we had John and everything, they were I was impressed with how patient they were. But I was all about, we got fucking work to do. We gotta, we gotta move.
Yeah.
And I think part of that came from Josh's mentality to get that EP out on that date.
Yeah.
He wanted it done
February
15th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, And with it's like when I was talking to Rich and Ron, they were just like, dude, this will come in time. And I'm just like, I don't know how to do that. But But yeah, we just got.
No, you kind of got thrown into. Because we needed another player, you got thrown into it.
So that kind of carried over after once we kind of disparted.
Well, hopefully now you've calmed down.
Oh yeah, it was
good. Josh was always like that, but I think that was his creative mind.
Okay.
At work,
I figured,
he had to get it out.
Right.
Get it out.
Yeah.
Because that's just what he would do.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's I've known that forever.
Oh yeah, that's been his thing the entire time.
The amount because it was October I joined.
Yeah, probably
around October, late. Probably about 2 years on this date, probably
somewhere
around there. Yeah,
because we got back together.
How much time
we got back together in August.
Yeah,
because I remember that it was August 18th.
Yes,
because it was a perfect thing because. One of my favorite bands, Boy Hits Car, was playing that night in Milwaukee. Okay. So I was like, why don't we do this then? We can come. I'm already heading down that way because I'm going to go see the show.
Right.
So it's perfect. We'll go to Josh's. We'll get set up. We'll jam a little bit. Then we'll all go to the show and have a hang. So but I remember that date. So yeah, it was August 18th that we got together, and then it was very short order. So we get not one but two Corys. Which is weird because I don't know how many Corys I actually knew in my entire life prior to that. So now I got two of these fucking guys.
He spelled it the exact same way. I was like,
how are we
going to differentiate this?
Yeah, so Pants and the toddler was
the
born.
Strangest nickname ever. I swear. It was,
for the record, I have never called you Pants. Not one time.
Yeah, it was more Josh and this guy.
I always called you Corey.
Yeah.
And then
it had
I think I just called the other Corey Todd.
Yeah.
Because he's a Corey Todd. I was like, that's how I'll differentiate.
Yeah.
Because
God, it was so strange and random. It's like calling somebody broccoli or.
I'm like, we're calling.
Okay, I'll roll with it.
We're calling him Pants. Like, what are we?
That's what I was thinking.
I was like, Pants.
What?
I mean, honestly, I don't think you wear pants.
I bought a new pair of pants the other day.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't think it suits you very well.
No,
doesn't suit anybody.
No, it's just random.
It was random, and then I was like, "Oh, let's call him Corduroy Pants." It was one of these things we wanted to see if he'd just be like, "Okay, guys."
So like corduroy.
Well, the mindset was, okay, let's try backward psychology. I'll roll with this, and then for them to think like,
he steered right into it.
He likes it.
Oh,
then we got to change it.
Look, Mikey, he likes it.
It's reverse. I tried pulling reverse psychology, and then that just didn't seem to work.
Nope.
I was like, well,
by you doing that, you convinced Johnny that it was a great name.
It was, yeah. So
no, I was trying to tell you to.
I know.
Change it.
You can't do that shit, man. No, I'm ahead of the game, bro. I'm ahead of the game.
So here's the thing.
I can see. Yeah,
you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't do that. Oh. Yeah, we're doing it.
Fuck! Now I want you to think about something.
And I want pants, and I like seahorse.
Now I want you to think about something. The guy.
Oh, dude, that's so That's so crazy.
Wow. Forgot about seahorse.
Yeah, then I just was like, well, then I guess I'll go with the randomness, and then just create something retarded like.
That fucking video I put on Instagram. Hi, I'm Pants. What is it? Was it? And then I like seahorses.
I like seahorses.
Oh God. Yeah, so funny. It was
weird.
Right in his fucking face.
Let's see. Now I want you to think about something. The guy that you thought hated you,
showed
you more respect in this band than these two yahoos.
It's very true.
Very true.
It's very true.
Jeez.
We disrespected your name. Yeah. We disrespected your family's name by calling you fucking Pants. They will never leave.
No.
Because like I always say, I got two Corys. I got to name something different because neither one of them want to be number 2.
I remember that.
That's true. Yes.
No one wants to be number 2.
Yeah. Then I would have had to give him shit for that. Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, exactly.
No one wants to be number 2.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. When did we decide to when did he start jamming with us then? What was
Toddler?
Yes.
Shortly after.
Yeah, it was like a month after. Right? Or
just a few weeks.
A few weeks.
I think it was a few weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't too long.
No, we didn't have long.
We didn't have time.
Yeah.
No, because to put this in perspective, we started.
Right
yes,
away,
he did.
Dude.
The Toddler. Like, shout out to Toddler.
Yeah.
I hope.
What's up, Corey Todd?
Utah is doing you well. You fuck. No, I love you.
He's having such a good time.
He is. He's having such a good time with the Mormons, allegedly.
They're rubbing on his big beard.
We started. Oh my god, he looks like a fucking mountain man.
Someone's gonna take a picture of him out there and think, oh, that's Bigfoot, right?
Yeah,
you're gonna post it everywhere.
Evolution must have shrunk him down a little bit, but goddamn, he's Bigfoot. He's a fucking mountain man. It's hilarious. I can't remember. He's doing it for a reason. But I told him, man, you need a haircut. It's not for a year. So whatever, he's doing it for some reason.
Yeah.
I remember,
but holy shit.
Didn't he say that like months ago he was going to do that?
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what it was. What did you? Oh, okay. She's saying something. I thought she was
something
trying
about a cycle.
I don't know.
Maybe
I thought she was.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
She's going to chime in here.
My wife was saying something. I thought she knew part of the story. That's what I thought that was. But yeah, to put this in perspective,
by how he could play.
We started in August, and we put out a new album and assembled a new band by February. So 6 months, we wrote an album's worth of material. For lack of better terms, trained 2 new guys. They wrote to the new material, and they learned the whole back catalog in 6 months. And we recorded that album by ourselves, pressed it, released it, and had to hold new shirts, the whole deal, in 6 fucking months. What the fuck? So regardless of how it unfortunately turned out, I am super proud of that. And obviously I'm super proud of you dudes. Not only them for stepping in, but like everybody just rounding the wagons and saying fuck everything else, kind of, and we got it done, and we gelled, and
you had a job to do, and it needed to get done, and
y'all were just like, cool. You weren't like, oh, you want it? Are you fucking kidding me? You probably might have thought that.
I did, but
you were just like, where you need me? Mm-hmm. You know, so it was just like,
it's like
we did all that in 6 fucking months.
just had a job to do. You know?
Yeah, so. It was fucking nuts. Yeah, I will always be impressed and proud of everybody involved with that, you know.
And, it goes to say it too, with every show that I'm doing, no matter what band it is, right now with 3 left, that's the thing, but you gave me that 215 armband.
Yeah, I saw that
that
pictures.
That comes with me every show.
A little teared up.
That doesn't come off.
Yeah.
It's good to know, because like I said, that time frame that we did, it was impressive. That's a short amount of time, 6 months. But to get that caliber and to structure everything out and get, the CD merch, all that, the backdrops, all
and then
that,
we have to
the scrims and everything like that. And then that time frame, it was impressive. And
and gel as a band.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. and gel as a band, What were you thinking through there? Were you just kind of on autopilot or good?
Dealing with Josh all my life, it was just like, this is normal.
I knew this is going down.
This is just how it is. Like, we're going to push. Mm-hmm. And we'll get it done. And then for me personally, it's like, I just hope it all turns out good.
Yeah.
And it was very helpful, nice that we got 2 guys to come in that know what they're doing. They can play.
Yeah.
And we're just so willing to just hop
bought in.
Now, whether that was just being naive or just, you know what I mean? I don't know. Or just like, we're in it. Either way, it turned out really good. Everyone did their part.
Yeah. They bought in.
Bought in. That's really what it was. It bought in.
They bought in.
That's the one thing for me when people join this band. It's like, man, are you in it to be, are you in it for what we're doing? Or are you just in it to be in a band?
Yeah.
That's not, I never wanted someone just to be in this band just to be in a band.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I want you to be in it because you enjoy it. I want you to be in it because we get along.
Absolutely.
And we have fun. That's always been my thing, and we got that. We got lucky. We got 2 good guys to come in.
Yeah, we did, Corey, go through I don't know how many fucking people, you know, obviously different egos. I have an ego. Josh at one point, he goes, I thought I had a big ego until I met you. And I was like, thank you. Because I'm sure I definitely, there's certain things that I have an ego about, and I think it's calmed. But, you know, there's certain things that I believe I know how to do better than anybody.
Yes.
And I'm going to make it fucking known. It's a character trait and a fault in the same time, you know.
As long as you don't do crippling self-doubt, then, you know.
It's there. I just shut that shit the fuck down. That imposter syndrome obviously comes up.
It was a good group of guys, and it's unfortunate that it ended, because I think we could probably still be doing things together.
Yeah.
Because I think the group worked.
Yeah.
I think it was my favorite group of guys.
Yes.
Like as a collective band.
Yeah, and that's not, you know, Dave.
It's not
shout
a
out
knock
to Dave.
no.
Not a knock on him, not a knock to RJ. They both know, they were both there at that first show going, fuck, you guys made a good choice. They had their reasons for not coming back.
Right.
And they gave us the blessing. RJ said, play Anti-Hero. Yeah, obviously would give him any credit if we recorded it.
Absolutely.
All that stuff. But like, yeah, just, you know, those two guys they're part of the family.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
100%.
But yeah, this band that we were able to put together with the two Corys, fucking murderers. You know, fucking murderers with these guys. And like, you were nervous as shit. It was your first local gig. You owned the fucking stage. It wasn't, you didn't go, I don't know what to do.
Right.
You fucking murdered. And then, you know, Totter was just jumping all over, being a fucking maniac.
Yep.
Yeah. We had no idea really what was going to happen.
Yeah, we didn't know, like, are these guys just going to.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Right.
Or is it going to be a little more, you know, involved in, you know, stage presence?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Killed it.
But
murdered it.
That made me happy. I was like, all right,
good,
cool. I can only sit here.
Yeah. there wasn't enough, you know. I had banged and did the shit, but there was a lot of times where I was the one. I didn't have room to move around, and I was fine with that, you know, but I was like the tame one, which was really weird.
It was tough to move, but you know, Corey was acting like a nut, you know, which is
and it was great, and it was fucking cool, great, you know. But yeah, for
good times. That's
the short, you know, part of the thing that I was super interested in is what kind of music would have came out, because we had such a short time frame.
Yes.
You had to learn and kind of conform to what I wrote.
Yes.
You know, so I was I was excited to look into the future and see what, you know, because obviously I knew what you did with what we gave you, but I wanted to see where it would have went.
Sure.
You know.
Yep.
You know, so. You know, I don't know how far we want to go into this or not, but, you know, just with the unfortunate events that happened, it was like all the hard work and building your baby again, you know, because we had gone through, it was a while that we didn't play together, you know, and like me and Josh had at certain times didn't always see eye to eye, and that hurt the band. And, you know, it was part of maybe not being mature enough to deal with certain things. Like, I know, like, the first time is totally my fault. And I should have done things different. The second time, there was a bunch of different things involved.
It just wasn't one thing.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't just one thing. But at that point, we grew as humans, first of all, and then also we knew that we had me, you, and Josh. You know, not discounting you, Corey, but like, you know, we were kind of the core to the whole thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, like obviously you were a band before I joined, but you guys constantly said like that wasn't a thing until us three got together.
Yeah,
you know?
because that was before that, it was just you're creating and you're experimenting and you're trying to find your, I guess, way.
Yeah.
And then when you came into the band, it felt right. It was good. It was like, nope, this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it ever since then, you've always been a part of it. And it's like, no, this is what the band was supposed to be. And now how it evolves after this,
yeah,
we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's what it was. It was like, yeah, it's us three. And that was the nucleus.
And when you're the one that made the calls on the coming back again.
Yeah.
You were the ones like, I'm done with this fucking sitting around. We're fucking going to start doing shit.
Like what, a year?
No, it was like 3.
Was it? Yeah, it was longer than that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It was a long time that this band was just split up.
Yeah.
And nothing was happening. And, you know, it's like obviously me and Josh still hung out and talked because that's just what we did.
Yeah.
But he was done with music. He wasn't doing anything. He cut that off. Like he was still creative doing other things, but music was not one of those things.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was just like, man, this isn't right.
The story ends.
This isn't right. It's not how the story ends.
Yeah.
Like, I remember getting together with him at Summerfest and just sitting down, and I'm like, "Do you have any interest in getting back together?"
Yeah.
Yes. It wasn't even a thought. He didn't go, well.
Right.
He just said, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I'm going to go talk to Johnny. And then that's really what it was. It was like, I wanted to talk to him to make sure he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Because Josh was the many faces and voice of the band.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if you don't want to do it, then we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so I started with him first and went to you and was like, where you at? And, you know, you were kind of like, it's like once I knew you were in, you just wanted some confirmation. You wanted some sort of like, we need to put this to rest.
Yeah.
And then we can
go whatever. You know, I know I talked, you had text me just, you know, and we didn't talk all the, you know, we didn't talk all the time. But we had a text every now and again, every couple months, a week. Hey, how's it going? Yada yada. Happy birthday. Blah 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 blah. You know, I was always invited to family shit. You know, the door was always open. And there was a long time that I didn't talk to Josh after that. But eventually, hey, what's happening? Happy birthday. Yada yada. You know, it started moving on. And then you text me a few weeks before we had like a phone call or something like that. You actually called me on the phone, you know, which is like, oh shit, when Eric calls, you got to fucking answer this thing, right? Well, you had text me and you were just like, hey, just kind of throwing it out there. You gave this quip. You always like to do this quip, but it was basically of you got any interest? I could hear that out, you know. Didn't commit, you know, but I could hear that out, right? We got some shit to work out, you know. And then Josh and I had talked a little bit, and I did feel better. And then you called me and was like, okay, this is the deal. So I said, well, me and Josh got to make sure we iron this shit out. Well, let me talk to Kelly, you know. Because she was there the whole time. Mm-hmm. She saw the whole fucking thing, you know. And, you know, she's the band wife. You know, she was involved in everything, much, you know.
Yeah.
She made all the stuff work. She knew she was there. She knew where the bodies were buried, you know. Basically, right?
She knows too much.
So I hung up the phone. I said, well, that was interesting. And I talked to, I said, let me talk to, I told you, I said, let me talk to Kelly. So I talked it out, and you know, she was just like, "Well, if you talk to Josh and you feel good about that, then fuck yeah." Mm-hmm. So we ended up talking to Josh. We definitely were. I looked at things better, different, and I felt heated too. You know, and you're always fucking solid. So it's just like, you know. So I felt good. I was like, yeah, let's do this. And it really did feel the entire time that we put in, it did feel different. There was like a professionalism, but not like we were under a time limit, but it didn't feel necessary. Like it wasn't a pressure. Mm-hmm. It was just like, yeah, this feels good. This is how this is going to roll, and it's going to be great. Mm-hmm. And it was, right. It really was. And it was. I definitely felt, after Josh had gone, you go through all the emotions of, we put all this work in, just as far as like kind of. You go through all these things. You go through a selfish point, a process in your head of we put all this time in and blah, 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 all this stuff. But I also knew it felt different. Mm-hmm. All of it, it was just a different feeling altogether. Like this really, I'm not saying we would have gone out on tour or anything like that, but just as far as us all together felt different and it felt really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was really excited to see what was the next thing, Mm-hmm. You were in it for, call it 6 months, but with what happened, we're all galvanized in this thing. We all went through this, mm-hmm. the shit, mm-hmm. And, regardless if it was, it was
tough.
Yeah, I knew him for 10 years or we knew you for 6 months. We're all like in this brotherhood.
It was.
Now,
That's why, when I told people about it, it was like, I only jammed with them and worked with them for 5-6 months, but it felt a lot. It felt like 5 years.
There was a lot of work that put in. Yeah. And it
felt longer than
yes, that. It completely
did. That's
did.
why it was like, because when did all that happen? That was in March.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then between that time frame and then John Miller hitting me up to join 3 Left. John Miller, shout out. It was between that time frame that it was rough. It was just very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What do I do? Do I wait? Do I move on?
Oh yeah, because you didn't know what we were doing.
I did not know, and everybody, we were gonna move you up front and then find a drummer. I was just like, I don't want to wait. I want to keep moving somewhere, just do something. And I just wanted to get my mind off of it.
Yeah,
the best way I could, because I didn't want to sit there and just be all depressed and sulking about it. So I wanted to find something to get my mind.
And we would have wanted.
Because mentally, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But then it changed when joining 3 Left, and that it needed to happen.
Sure.
Oh no, it was a really good decision. I remember when you brought it up. I think you were trying out or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I said something to you. I was like, yeah, you got to go do that.
Yeah.
And then I even said, I was like, oh, it's going to be a great fit.
Yes, he said that right away. We talked about it, and he was like, he's going to fit right in with this guy.
You said that, and a couple others have said that. I was
like, oh, this will be a great fit, and it'll be good for you, and we're just happy that you went and did that.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Like it was almost
I didn't want to burn any bridges or
you didn't.
Ungracefully
there was no burning.
Nope.
We knew where everyone was at. The situation was what it was. It was actually more of like, we were proud of you, like almost like you're our son.
He's going out in the world.
Yeah, no, really, that's really what it was. It was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's really what it is. Like,
thank you.
To see you go out there and play with those guys and have fun and know that works. Mm-hmm. It's like it's almost like, we helped you get there.
Yeah.
We gave you that
you
little.
kind of feel like, I'm at least a little bit in that guy's journey,
right? Yeah, right.
Because like I said earlier, when I thought he was always going to,
you guys,
go off to bigger and better things. Right. And they were, obviously what's happening in the world today has slowed everything down.
Right.
But y'all were doing shit.
Yeah.
There was a lot of heat, and he just continued it, for sure.
So hopefully it picks up, once this crap all kind of dies down.
We just went to Cherry Pit to record.
Yes, I saw you posted a couple videos.
But we're looking to do a full album.
Cool.
So we just got 4 songs in now that are rough mixed.
Yeah.
but we just need to do a little bit of EQing, a little bit of maybe frequency changes, a little bit just changing up things on the rough mix right now before we get it mastered. Yeah, so
tighten it up.
But if you'll
hear
it, it's,
and we'll. I don't know what song we're going to play, but I am going to play a song on this at the end of whatever choosing Mr. Pants wants to play. We'll talk about that.
With track one. How about that?
We'll do whatever track.
Song's called "Bleeding Out," but
"Bleeding Out." Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that eventually. I'll let you go.
I'll play that at the end. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Yeah. Super excited about that. We'll play that. And you'll hear that here.
I've learned a lot on how to be in a band that's writes their own music. Before, like I said, playing bass and being in a cover band, don't get me wrong, it was great, but I learned how to fully play on stage and learn how to get to that point. So that worked then, but then moving on, then I learned a lot from you two. For sure.
Shucks.
For sure. So
well, and it's
and I still have a ton to learn.
Well, we all do. We all do. I'm doing this podcast, and I've been doing it for however long, and I'm still learning shit all the time.
Right,
never ends. Any kind of anything, anything. But like, you always run into the old dudes at work that like they hold their secrets. They don't tell the young guys the secrets. Well, you know what? If you know the secrets, you should tell the secrets because it makes the machine run better. Mm-hmm. So obviously I liked to help you.
Yeah.
So if you had questions, I felt good that I had answers.
Well, now it's, I always hit you up for, like the chorus pedal the other day, it's like, okay, your thoughts on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit more experience. You got to lean to the people that have that experience and that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So it definitely helps. And I appreciate it.
Well, yeah,
and
of course,
I highly appreciate it. So.
Of course, yeah. I mean, we all learned a lot through that time, of how to do shit real fucking quick. Yeah. So, I don't know how much, me and Eric, and then Corey's been doing Three Left and still involved with new projects and stuff like that. We've been working on stuff. The toddler's in, but he works with another band called Railhopper. They do covers. He wants to be on stage. He has fun. It's a good gig. He has a great time. I wish he was here.
Coming back.
What's that?
Would he be fully committed to come back?
Yeah, he's in.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in. So, we've been Eric and I, we've been working on demos and all sorts of shit. So, I mean, we're planning on doing shit. It's just with, we take our time. Eric became a father. Dad. Cove Dog. The whole fucking thing. That's so fucking funny. All the time. All the time.
Dad.
All the
time. It's me. You remember me, Dad?
Oh, fucking funny as shit.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean,
I'd have this guy dying at practice.
Oh yeah, dying. Yeah,
it's on the walls, Dad.
What the fuck you?
Things are changing, Dad.
Dad, what's happening to me? Dad, does it feel weird if it feels good coming out?
I would just be mid-practice, and I'll just throw something out there, and he's gone after
it's
that.
On the walls. It's on the walls, Dad.
Oh, yeah,
you're supposed to be like this, Dad.
Oh my god.
Is it supposed to be like this?
Your fucking comedic timing is unreal.
Is this what it's supposed to do?
And he won't stop too, which is
Dad, help me.
No. He's able to.
It'll just go.
Yeah, you're able to tell jokes and do silly shit and not laugh. I don't.
Yeah, some people like it. Some people are just like,
offended.
No, it just drives them nuts because they can't figure it out. Like,
no.
Are you for real?
He just knows.
I'm like, yeah.
He's able to fucking no-sell everything, and it's hilarious.
Hey, I'm testing you.
Yeah, always.
But or that's the selfishness in me. It's like I don't care if anybody else gets it or not. If it amuses me,
Yep.
I'm happy.
That's the point, though.
Oh yeah,
That's the point. If it makes you laugh, other people
Oh,
are
yeah.
gonna fucking laugh.
Yeah.
Some
yeah,
weirdo is gonna
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
laugh. You know. Yeah.
oh yeah.
I'd always I'd always, he'd be doing this shit, and then Josh and him together, they know how to feed each other off each other. So,
absolutely.
like with the decks and patios thing, I still give Mark fucking shit for that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark. But like them together, I would always be like, man, you guys are.
Trust me, I know.
I'm like, I thought, like I'm like the fat dude. So like, what do I got to do? I got to try to be funny. Like that's the angle as a fat guy, right? So like, I'm like, I thought I was decently funny, and then I hang out with these fuckers, and they're just, I'm dying, and I tell a joke, and I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. I was like, that's stupid. And then they're like, no, you're really fucking funny. Like, well, I don't know what you're even talking about. Like, guys are. I'm not funny compared to you guys.
Right.
We never thought we were that funny.
Just how Josh farted, it sounded like gargling mouthwash or anything.
That is something.
He had a cleft asshole.
He had
a cleft fucking asshole.
I mean, would you call it like a gift or a talent, or just like a body imperfection? I'm not sure. I don't know.
It talked in weird languages, man.
Dude, it was just the strangest sounds. I'm like, yeah.
I've heard so many things come from that man that you're just like, how is that possible?
It's just weird.
Wasn't like something with a bong one time? I don't
It
know.
sounded like a fucking airplane. Yeah, it sounded like a bong rip for sure. I was like, dude, pass that shit over. Wait, what's
You don't want that.
it's
You don't want
Josh's
that. No.
ass. It's Josh's ass. Never mind. I don't
No,
want that.
no. Yeah, I guess me and him, we always fed off each other all the time.
Yeah, y'all were a good team.
Yeah, I mean, some of the things you kind of look back and question. Some of it's on video, and I can't take it back.
Yeah.
No,
I go through it, and I do have. There's a ton of pictures and videos, and just crazy. I have on my Mac. I have a folder. There's not a ton of shit in there, but like, it's a folder called Goofy Eric.
great.
So there's some funny ass shit that's just you doing all that shit, whatever.
These are all recorded too?
Oh, videos.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, there's videos.
Yeah.
They're on the hard drive, but there's I showed you that, I sent you that one picture of you with the fucking hat.
I think that was an Ashipin too.
I don't know if it was or not, but
I didn't wear it
Very
for
well
the
could've been.
show, but I just put it on.
yeah.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
I sent him this picture, Corey, of it's
One of those like Guy Fieri where he has like the hat with the hair sticking out of
yeah,
it.
Sure, yeah.
and it's just like spiked ass hair, and he's behind his kit, and he's all. I found it on that hard drive, and I sent it to him. He's like, "Where in the fuck did you get that?"
Your guys' videos, from what I've seen, it looks like you guys had fun.
Oh Jesus!
No, I mean a lot of stuff was fun, and some of it, you're like, man, we offended somebody.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get There's
But
parts of me that's
sure,
like, should
but
we take that
whatever.
shit down? And then I'm like, fuck that.
Right. I mean, there's just stuff
We're trying to be fucking funny.
right. Like there's
either
no
laugh or don't.
Yeah.
you know?
Right. Yeah. There's nothing behind it.
No.
Were you a parking ticket? Because I'd write fine all over.
Oh yeah. The online dating video.
That one's.
Dude,
I remember
fucking
that.
Corky. That's a legend that will never. The fucking napkins thing.
I still do that. So like,
Who were you? At the you were.
well, he was a little kid.
I was a
in one of the
little
videos. He's like,
kid, and then I was a text.
Yeah,
I don't know how it got there.
that's right. Because did you say something about Sandusky one time?
I think I saw that guy. I think I saw that guy on the side of a milk carton. I said, and I was playing with the toy that was in it. I was like, maybe Jerry Sandusky did it, and it was right after that shit came out, like 2 weeks after. So it was just like, it was probably too early, but I don't give a fuck. I'm saying
man.
maybe Sandusky did it in the Jonathan Smith voice.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. Jonathan.
To me,
Yeah,
I've said
that's
this,
just great.
that he's the highlight of
Stanley
those videos.
Newhouse. Yeah.
He's the highlight of those videos. Jonathan Smith is just killer. It's like me and Josh have these. I'm Stanley Newhouse. And I'm Dick Wiggler.
I'm Jonathan Smith.
It's like, where does that come from? Because we all had to come up with names and like different voices, and that's the best you could come up with.
Well, no, they both had the Walter Cronkite voice, right? So I'm like, I'm not going to do that too. I'm going to go like this. I remember when because we didn't talk. A lot of that stuff, we scripted out little bits of stuff, but we just had bullet points or just throw it. Yeah. Just throw it out there.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm Stanley Millhouse. He's got the jowls going, then the whole getting into it. I'm Dick Wiggler. So I'm like, I can't do that.
Right.
So I'm Jonathan Smith. Yeah. And they both turned around and looked at me and were like, what in the fuck was that? And that's why I said, you guys both have these voices. I can't do that too.
And it makes sense now.
Yes.
But it's almost like Johnny was the third wheel in the video.
Yeah.
But when it's all said and done, he's like the guy. Right. You're just like, that's what makes it right there.
Right.
Like we're all serious and it's like, we're going to take a hard look. A real hard look.
A deep,
it's like,
hard one.
And like again, some of the stuff was just
that's awesome.
Off the cuff. Just
most of it was we had a little bit of where we were going to go, but we didn't actually know how we were going to get there.
Some of those videos were just so fun to make because it was just the bloopers, like the stuff that we didn't put out, just to having fun putting it together.
Yeah,
those were good times. Those were a lot of fun. We eventually had our little blooper reel.
Yeah, yeah, which is anytime I've shown anybody those videos, they just look at me like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Seriously, like, they laugh, and then at, is it, 10 minutes or whatever? Yeah. They laugh, and then they're like, yeah, I look at you in a different light. I don't know if I like you anymore. Like, y'all are fucking weird.
Yes,
when I first saw that, I was just like, these fuckers are weird. I like it. I like it, though.
I dig it. These fuckers are weird.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch that from time to time.
It
brings a smile to my face. I'm like, even if no one else thinks it's funny, it was funny to us.
It was funny as shit. And that's what does that matter? That's what matters. Absolutely. Yo, shout out.
Like, that's how I say yo to people now. Yeah. Like, it came from like, yo.
Yeah. That's where the shout outs thing, I did that on Jordan's podcast when I did his podcast. But he now does shout outs all the time. Because when we mention something, be like, shout out. And it always comes out like this, shout out. This. So that's where the shout outs on his show came, and he does them all the time now. And then when Ryan was on, I was shout out, and he's shout out. And that's how it always comes out, shout out. Like, even if I don't try, it's all, and you got to always do the shout outs now.
You have to do it that way. That's how Josh decided he wanted to do it.
Yeah,
he's going to do it, Dr. Dre in a British accent. Yo.
What's up, bitch?
What's up, bitch?
I don't know if I'm going to
shout out to Queen Elizabeth and her royals. What's up, bitches? That was my line.
Her royals is fucking. I don't know why that got me so much. And then her royal gods.
It was so good.
Oh, we're fucking morons. So I'm gonna have to probably link that video in the description down below.
We had to put a disclaimer for it.
Yeah,
because I was like, Josh, dude, you're dropping words.
Yeah, he was saying lots of stuff he shouldn't have said.
I don't know if you want to put it out right now.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I won't maybe I won't link it.
I wouldn't link it.
Get canceled.
Or right. Oh man.
Hashtag
lose all your sponsors.
Yeah. Jesus,
all the endorsements you got lined up.
Yeah, because I'm rolling hard up in the hood, up in the Shire. It royal fucking gods. I don't even know if I should say the fucking line I kept fucking up.
Oh, that was so good. Just go watch the video.
Yeah, just watch the video. You'll find it. But
because it was more than just like 2 takes. You kept fucking it up.
Oh, I fucked it up royally. No pun intended. But well, he did Dr. Dre in a fucking English accent. And then you kept trying to
I tried to like bleep him.
Yeah, but
like censor, but I kept missing.
Yeah, so it just sounded like he was just blowing a buzzer.
Good times.
Jesus Christ.
Drum keyboard. Or keyboard drums.
You are the best keyboard drummer ever.
Okay.
Ever.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like,
I don't think so. You roll hard in the paint like Waka Flocka on that shit, and he's the greatest keyboard drummer in the world ever. I'm calling it. Shout out to RCPTRS. Thug Peters. He's the best keyboard
Thug
drummer
Peters.
ever.
Thug Peters.
Fight me. How about? Oh yeah, yeah. But
If they fight you, I'm not gonna help.
Oh, people are going to fight me on the Metallica thing.
Yeah,
So
he's ready.
you've already
after
got
the
it.
round one.
Yeah.
Your
yeah,
turn
I'm
now.
coming out black eyes on this shit.
Don't throw me in no fight.
I know fight.
I know.
I know fight.
What is wrong with you? No.
When you say something about white women making chicken fried rice or something like that,
yeah.
what the fuck was that?
I forgot what you said. Uncle Roger.
Shout out to Uncle Roger.
I think he blew up in like July of this year doing a video about this British cook was making fried rice, and he's just going off how she's doing it all wrong. Yeah, so it's pretty funny. You should watch.
Oh, it's fucking funny. But
Uncle Roger.
now that we're bringing it down a bit. All right, I'm gonna ask you some shit. I didn't qualify these guys at all,
Okay.
so they're just gonna. It's easy. It's easy. You'll be fine. If you had to suggest an album to somebody, doesn't matter what it is, but an album that you feel like someone should listen to, like me or whoever, what is that album?
Ooh,
What do you think, Corey?
God, so many. Well, definitely not the Black Album. Okay.
Definitely the Black Album. Christ. No, whatever it is, yeah.
Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses.
All right.
Yes.
You should take a look at Brett Favre's photo album.
Oh shit! I forgot about
Oh yes.
the John Madden.
Well, the thing is, the size of Ted Johnson's neck, it's, the big old line just. And then it just straight comes in from the screen to the left and just what?
Take it easy, John.
And right to our John, 1st and 10. Troy Aikman got the ball on the 30-yard line.
How great!
I think everyone should listen to some Guns N' Roses in their lifetime.
Great. And how great!
I think so too. But I mean, those guitar solos when they just hit you in the face, you just go what? Boom.
How about Brett Favre? What would Brett Favre think?
Well, if the thing is about Brett Favre. I can't even finish it.
Oh,
if Brett Favre was in Guns N' Roses, I mean, heck, they just.
I'm visualizing Brett Favre and Guns N' Roses. Wow.
It's the same thing as Jimi Hendrix. Brett Favre is the Jimi Hendrix and the guitar solos. It's just the world might explode. If you listen to Appetite of Destruction and Brett Favre's in it, listen to Brett Favre play a guitar solo, it would be fucking awesome. Boom.
Thanks, John.
And right you are, John.
I got meat sweats just from that. It's fucking hilarious.
1st and 10, Axl Rose is now singing. Oh, I'm getting things fucked up here now, John.
Boom!
Brett Favre does the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Oh, fucking crying!
I forgot about that, man.
Oh,
I had you
Jesus.
guys rolling.
I forgot about that too. Just was stuttering. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, Appetite for Destruction. Good
yes,
call.
Yes.
Eric, question. Same question.
I can't follow that up.
Well, this is gonna have to try.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Imagine if you're Brett Favre sitting there. What would you do?
Send
What
a
would
dick
you
pic
say?
or something. I don't know.
I'd love to see Brett Favre's penis. Yeah.
Well,
And the thing is, it comes in and boom.
It's gone off the rails. It's over.
This is
gone.
this is already a train wreck. It doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, jeez.
Oh fuck! I'm crying.
This is what happens when you have three people that haven't seen each other in a long time and you put them in a fucking room with microphones.
In a podcast.
This
That's
is
awesome.
exactly what happens.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, what was your album? Was it Guns N' Roses?
Yes.
Appetite for
Appetite for
Destruction.
Destruction.
Yes.
Oh, man.
The essence of rock and roll, I think. Anyway.
Yeah. there's just so many albums. Like,
That was a tough one.
Yeah, I know. I just kind of threw it on you, but you got to give you a wrench in the spokes every now and again, you know?
yeah, it's a wrench in the
Yeah.
spokes. Because you can't pick one. Or you have to pick one,
Yes.
but you can't pick one.
If you want to pick a couple,
That's why
go ahead.
I
If
had a
that is
delay.
easier,
Yep.
That's why I had a delay in that, and then it made me feel better to do the, right you are, John. Anyway,
That gave you some time to think.
it just was like, yeah, good. Karsten 10.
nice. Good one, Pat. Pat Summerall.
I don't know.
What's an album that you really like? What's a Seven Dust album that?
Dust.
What
I
is
was gonna
the?
say the
What is
first
the
one.
quintessential Seven Dust
I
album?
mean, wow. Well, I mean, Seven Dust. For me, it's the second one, Home, or it's the third one, Animosity.
Okay.
Because Animosity was probably the collection of like everything that they put it all together. For
Yeah.
me. The first one was very hard, heavy. And the second one, it was still hard and heavy, but you could start hearing a little more melody
Yeah.
to it. And the third one really put it all together, where it was just like, it's heavy. Lejean you can hear his vocal, the melody lines and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I like that. That's what really hooked me on those guys, was especially that second and third album.
Yeah.
Because it was almost like, pop music has like that rhythm, like those singers too, even like the pop music, those contemporary artists from back in the day. We'll say like, the Whitney Houstons who can sing,
Yeah.
When people can sing, but now you can rock out at the same time and you put it all together, if you do it right, I'm in. So I would say Homer Animosity from Seven Dust is
All right.
probably something people should go and listen to as far as that goes.
I remember playing when I was a kid. I remember playing Tony Hawk. I don't know which one.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. But, obviously those always had killer soundtracks.
Yeah.
But I would always play Home
Sure. Yeah.
That's
while
album.
playing Tony Hawk. So that always, that's where that comes in for me.
Waffle.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so sick.
Yeah.
So fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were great. Let's see, Seven Dust might have been the first time I heard them was when I want to say,
Oh, go ahead.
what was it?
I was listening to Disturbed at the time. I was, when they were
Okay.
real pop, but then I was like, then I heard about Seven Dust. I'm like, wait, what's this? Then I was like,
Yeah, it was
this is
different,
way- This
'cause-
is just way better.
Well, they came.
Because Disturbed at that time was giant for hard rock.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah.
then Seven Dust was like awesome, but they kind of just lied and they did their thing.
They've always been that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
They're
why,
there.
and
The
that's why I
grassroots.
liked them at that time. It
Yeah.
was like, holy shit, these guys, they're way better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Disturbed, but I mean that's just my opinion. Anyway,
Your opinion's not wrong.
they were awesome.
They were.
At that
It was
time.
an interesting time because
They
like
should have more credit.
that was the new metal, whatever that means.
Well, it's weird
You
because
know,
some people, everyone's
like Korn
definition of
and all
new
that
metal,
kind of- you'd
right?
think,
and people
but-
say new metal with Korn and like Limp Bizkit and things like that.
Yeah,
It's like,
and the
I don't put
Deftones and
I don't
stuff.
put
They try to throw
I don't
that
put
in
Seven
there.
Dust and
and
Deftones.
and
there.
that was
Me-
going to
me
be my
neither.
point.
Yeah.
Is that they got going in the new metal era,
Sure,
but I never considered them new metal.
right.
No,
like-
me neither.
Like like Deftones, I didn't consider them new metal either.
No.
If we're going to talk about Cold Chamber or something like that, then I would consider them new.
Go.
That's right. I still have an affinity for everybody shits on new metal. No, it's still here. I love new metal. I don't give a fuck.
I don't have a problem with it.
No, I love that shit. But yeah, I never considered them new metal. Really, they were metal. They were a different metal, but they weren't a new metal. Whatever. I think the first time I heard them Corn Follow the Leader
Yeah.
came out. And see that I looked that up. That came out in '99, I want to say, and it seems like
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
it seems like I heard Seven Dust before that, but I don't know if I can't recall. But what I can recall is that Follow the Leader came out, and it was like when you still went to record stores. I went there, waited in line, and got that. But when that came out, they came out with a sampler as well, and Kid Rock was on it. It was before. And then like Spine Shank and stuff like that. But Seven Dust was on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was Bitch or Black. But they were on that. And Incubus, I think, might have been on it.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm right about that. No, I'm not actually right about that. Sorry. But yeah, Seven Dust was on that. So I remember, you put the CD in and I had the subs and the whole thing, so we rock on the way home and listen to Follow the Leader and whatever. I didn't remember it until I put it on my computer. I don't know if you ever had that album or whatever, but the first 12 tracks are blank. They'd like to put
Is it really?
the hidden tracks, like the whole album's the hidden track. It's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
So like when I put it on my computer, because I forgot, I hadn't listened to it in forever. It's like, why is there 25 fucking tracks on this thing? And then I was like, oh, blank. I was like, oh, that's right, you sons of bitches. It's fucking hilarious. But we listened to that. We rocked that. That's what we were looking for, right? Mm-hmm. Got the Life, the whole fucking thing. I don't know how there's parts of that album that hold up really well. Some parts that maybe don't anymore. But then you take we got this other CD. We put it in there. It's like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? And Seven Dust was definitely a standout. So it was like, as soon as we heard that, it was like, well, I got to go back to the record store and see if they have Seven Dust CDs. Right. And whatever they have, I'm fucking buying them.
I mean, that track just had a great opening riff to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it might have been the, what's that? I can imagine.
Yeah.
I think,
that's Bitch, I think.
I always get them mixed up. But I think that might have been what it was. But it was different than the whole thing. Like Kid Rock was different. He was rapping and shit at that point. Yep. It was Bow to Ba, I think, was on there. Right. Still sick. Don't give a shit.
Dude, that song's awesome.
Makes no fucking sense, but either way. But you had these Chuggy Chuggy. You had Screaming. All sorts of that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. And then you had Seven Dust. And the song started different than anything else on the record.
Right.
Most kind of clean guitar, but it was just a strummy part. It's like it got you right away, and then I was like, "Oh, this is sick. This is fucking sick."
Because then it kicks in right away.
Yeah. And I hadn't. There's a lot of holes, so I'll have to talk with you and try to put those close those holes up.
They did too. They do acoustic sets, and even that, like, there's some bands that do acoustic sets that aren't that. It's just like they shouldn't. But when Seven Dust does it, it's fucking it's beautiful.
Myself, and a friend of mine went to their acoustic show they did at the rave.
Yeah, when?
Oh, jeez, whenever the Southside Double Wide came out, I forgot what year it was, but they put it out.
Okay, yeah, probably
and they did covers of all these songs. I'm like, how are they going to do this? How are they going to cover? Like, how are they going to do their song in acoustic? Mm-hmm. Just blew me away on what they
Guitar
did.
Center ones.
And
those are the good ones.
Well, those are good too.
Oh yeah.
I love those ones, man.
But then we went to that show, and then they started playing they played Prince there. If you went to the live show,
yeah,
and it was just like
it makes sense.
It was really good.
And
they were. It was impressive to see they could go to that.
Yeah. Well, they just put out that Soundgarden cover.
Yeah, I mean,
Tried to Live. Yes.
Yeah,
I think it's good. Get a lot of diehard Soundgarden fans like, no, you can't do that, and I get it, and it's fine. I mean, that's the original, and that's really good.
Yeah,
I think Seven Dust did a good job with that.
I listened to that for two, and I was still like, oh wow.
The first time I heard it, I was like, but then I listened to it again. This is pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
It is pretty good.
Right.
Good.
I wouldn't sit here and go, oh, awful.
No.
I was like, no, that's actually pretty good.
I mean, it was like when I first listened to it, he didn't really have that Chris Cornell range right away. that we're used to in the original song, but then once it's like it was still in key with what he was doing. He just
it's hard.
Did his
He did it his way.
It's really hard.
Because,
well, and they
because
detuned
if you're
it.
trying to go on that octave, that what Chris Cornell can do, not many can do that.
No, it's difficult.
That is,
it's
very,
a
very,
difficult
very
thing because
difficult.
you can Kim Thale has a way to play guitar, but you can do it,
right?
But
I don't think they didn't want to do it.
No,
exactly.
They
because
changed
I think
the
they knew
key,
like we don't want to do an exact cover of this.
No.
People are gonna be like,
it definitely paid homage.
It's
lower. It's in a different key, but they did definitely pay homage to it. So it's pretty rad.
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
it's actually on their new album.
Yeah, their new.
They put it as their last track.
Okay,
which
that's cool.
I think comes out.
I think it's
October.
Is it? I think it's already. Hold on, I'm looking that up.
I think it's October.
Now. Okay. All right.
That they have their new one coming out.
Because I have it. I pre-ordered it.
So yeah.
Because they just announced that. Yeah, with the pre-order. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a great time we have. We can pre-order shit.
Yeah.
And once he pre-ordered it, it's going to be there when they release it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's sometime, and it doesn't say the date. Actually, I thought it would. But so I think you're right.
Yeah. All right, and then one more thing I wanted to ask: is there any before I ask this? My thing is I always listen to older music, or if a band that I've liked forever comes out with new music, I'll listen to it. Like the Deftones, for instance, they just come out with a new album. I'm gonna listen to it. And I'm fucking excited for it. Are there any new bands? Let's say 5, maybe 10 years, call it, newer bands that you're like excited about? Is there anything? If there isn't, that's fine.
5 new bands?
No. Like that have come out within the last maybe 5 years or something like that.
Yeah. Lamb of God.
Well, they've been a band forever.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm not understanding your question.
A band that isn't a legacy band.
Hasn't put out a record at all?
Well, it's just a newer band.
A newer band. Not somebody, not like Lamb of God's like 30 years old.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking like a band that was maybe only have 1 album, maybe they have 2 that have just come out rather recently. Yeah.
Well, the ones. Oh, that's a time.
He's gonna buy time by having
I'm gonna let
time.
Eric answer this one first.
Dang.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Pass it over, Pat Summerall.
You know what's crazy is I'm more listening to our local stuff.
Word up. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not really seeking out like newer stuff that we might hear, like maybe on the radio.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really listening to it that much. I'm actually more, especially now. I think it's great that bands are playing little Facebook jam sessions.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's like, oh, sweet. You can still get that.
Yeah, you can get a fill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can't go to a show, but hey, I still get to listen to you.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's bands out there. It's like, and then I'm like, oh, well, hopefully I'll get to play with them.
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So I've been focusing more on that.
Okay.
Than I have like maybe.
Is there anybody?
But I mean, I've seen bands like, when I've seen other shows like Sons of Texas.
Okay.
I like them.
Okay.
I think they played a show with Seven Dust one time. I think it was in the last 5 years or so, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. If I had to like name a band,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm mostly just listening to what we got around here.
Yeah. Just shout out to anybody.
Everybody.
Shout out to everybody.
Keep doing you.
Well, yeah, like our buddies in 20 Watt Tombstone, they did a couple of live ones, and they've recorded a couple like practice kind of things just to do something, and they're aware that the audio quality isn't great, and it just is what it is. But they've done a couple of shows where they've had like professional audio and like a feed, and they're fucking great. I actually told Tom, I said, did you record those at all? He said, no. I said, because it would be awesome to be able to release. You should be able to get the audio off the video,
Sure, yeah.
Because they're mixed like a live show would, only it's on the internet. Mm-hmm. So they're really good quality. But I told him he should release videos from that or audio from that because they're sick. they're a great band, but yeah, it is hard to do, especially if you don't have, if you're just setting up a camera or whatever like that, it is difficult. But like on Facebook, there's a couple of groups that are constantly, people are going live, on them and stuff like that. So yeah, shout out to all of them. Very nice, very classy.
there's a lot. I've been listening.
I guess I
to,
can
so.
take part of that too, as like more local music
Okay.
as well. With doing a lot of shows with Three Lefters bands, it's like I haven't even heard much of anything.
Yeah.
More, but it's like, damn, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Saint Tragedy's new stuff is
Okay. Yep.
is badass.
Yeah.
They're
good.
They're getting better.
Yeah.
Matt Bruntwitz, shout out to him. He was the guitar player for Saint Tragedy when we played with them. He's starting a new project too. So
Okay.
they're pretty awesome too. All kinds of definitely all like newer like local metal bands around
Sure.
here for sure. And then too, another thing what I like to do is listen to is I'm a big Instagram kind of person. Like I'll follow that certain artist too, and like their own music that they record, structure it right out and everything. Like just like one that comes to mind is a dude named Andy James. He does his own like stuff, but he filled in for Jason Hook from Five Finger Death Punch.
Okay.
Like listening to what they can come up with on their own audio interface, their own doing their own tracking and stuff like that. That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And their releases like that is just awesome.
Yeah, with how the world's
like,
changed, you got to be multifaceted.
Yeah, so like
gotta be
some
able to do
bands
stuff.
out there, yes, I am. The newer ones, yes, but some of the artists that are making their own music, it's like that needs to get pushed out more because holy shit, dude.
Yeah, you got to evolve. With this shit,
Angel Vivaldi, all those awesome
that guy
guitar
rips.
players,
Yeah.
all of their music. It's like, dude, that needs to get out more.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, and you have to be creative.
That answers my question. Thank you for going.
Yeah, you've got to be creative. There's a bunch of different ways to get music out there and keep your name out there. Unfortunately, you're not gigging really, which obviously eats a lot of people's money up, So you got to find other ways, and if you have, there's a lot of like podcasts that have started through here. I'm one of them. I didn't start it because the podcast just happened to be, or because of COVID, I should say. Right. It just happened to be at the time because I was talking about that for fucking ever. Yeah. Before Josh passed, I was like, we're going to do a podcast. He was like, all right. And you were involved and he didn't know what to think of it really, but you're like, whatever, I'll roll. But I was like, we're going to start a podcast. And and then I sat on it. And then I did Jordan's.
Yep.
And then I sat on it for another couple months, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna fucking do it. I was like, I think I can kind of do this, and I just hit the fucking record button. I didn't no idea what the fuck I was doing. I still don't. I'm not a great, I'm not a great talker. I struggle.
For it looks like, so.
Yeah, well, there was one thing at least I was able to kind of do that because it's fucking expensive, But I don't know what the fuck.
All this stuff you got in here, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's ridiculous in here. This is the catch-all for Nerdville in my house, But it is what it is. So, but yeah, it's fun. I like doing it. There's new platforms that have come which helped. Mm-hmm. Like Amazon just started. Shout out to Amazon. Just started their podcast thing, and my podcasts have gone up. Not crazy. I'm in a couple of these groups and they're like, oh yeah, we average like 8,000 downloads an episode. It's like, fuck, I wish I could have like 10% of that. a percent of that, know. But I'm very niched. I'm by myself. I don't know how much people like to listen to me. But whatever, I like doing it. I don't give a fuck,
right.
And eventually I may become,
like doing it, that's
and then it gives me opportunity to have buddies over finally. Yeah. And, I'm an introvert, so it's hard to it's really difficult unless I know you, it's really difficult for me to just go and talk to somebody and find any common oh, hi, how's the weather? You know what I mean?
right.
And then it's like, how the fuck do you
You're
do
gonna
that?
have a notepad. So,
yeah.
so
But like doing it this way where I want to talk about music will at least give me the common ground,
Right.
and then I can, so it's going to help me as well as just, hopefully maybe I can help somebody, or whatever. Just so, but I'm going to answer my own question. There's a couple
Yes.
bands that I really like. Nothing More is a relative, there are a couple albums in, but like I'm stuck in the 20 years ago thing. So like finding a newer band like that but they're really good. Their songs are really good, and that guy can sing so fucking well. And then their videos are really good. It's just like I listen to them. I don't listen to radio too often, but like I saw him on they were on JJO, whatever it was. And I was like, oh, this is all there's a lot of garbage here, but this is fucking sick. And then there's another band called Royal Blood.
Oh,
They're
Royal Blood's awesome.
They're
Yeah.
2-piece. The guy plays a bass, and then it's bass and guitar, but he's able to make his bass sound like a guitar and shit.
Okay.
Like it's really this
They're awesome, man.
thing, but
Yeah.
super sick. So I think those are really rad. So, anything you want to promote? Give some shout outs. Give some. Okay, you did your 3 left is
3 left.
recording
yes, for sure.
shit.
Yeah.
Do you have any more gigs on the books right now?
Yeah, we're playing in October 16th at Cairo Ale House. Cairo Ale House in Chicago with Matt's band that was Insane Tragedy at the time.
Do you have a name for them? Do we know yet?
I do not know. I forgot their name.
I had that problem once.
Yeah, it's
I forgot my name.
Nice shout out. No, that's cool. Okay, so where Chicago, October
and
26th.
Cairo, yeah, 3 Left is playing with Matt Brudenwitz's band. They're
Awesome.
And he was originally, well, he wasn't originally, but he was the guitar player after Randy left, and then now Randy came back in Insane Tragedy. So he's starting his own project. He stepped away from work. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Randy's out there probably listening and be like, "No, you're wrong."
Fuck wrong.
But yeah, we got that coming up in the 16th.
Cool.
So
You have another recording session.
yep. And then we are planning to structure out 1 or 2 more songs, and we have 2 written right now. So we have 4 total that are rough draft, but we're looking to do at least 4 to 5 more to do a full album.
Okay.
It's probably
And then,
too far in
we're gonna go-
advance,
yeah.
but when are you thinking about putting it out?
Oh man, that comes into the patience thing that they always try to push on me. So like that's
Tomorrow. We're
Yeah.
gonna do it tomorrow.
6 months. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
no. Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just kind of taking our time with that right now. But
I want to nerd out real quick.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, how does the songwriting work in that band? Because obviously, you've been in there for like a year.
Yeah.
Was it? Who was everybody involved in the writing, or how does that work?
We're all involved. I'd say at near when either myself, Rich, Ronnie, or Jeremy comes up with an idea. What I like to do is I like to write out a full song.
Yep.
And not just like pieces of riffs, because I mean, yeah, you can sit there and write and record riffs all day long, but if you don't have anything structured, it takes a little bit more of a time. I like to get a full song done, and then bring it to the table, and then
play with it,
and then we tweak it from there.
Yeah,
like that's what I did on some of these songs that are in this rough mix that you're going to play later on, and but yeah, that's what I like to do. I mean, there's Rich is, he'll bring riffs to the table too. Ron will and everything, but like it just works a lot better when you have the full song there, and then we just go off of. It'd be cool to do this. Let's have a breakdown. Let's repeat the chorus. Let's go 8 times on the verse instead of 4. And like It really is interesting. Sometimes, it can take 3 minutes, 3 seconds, 3 hours, 3 months.
Yeah.
Writing songs is, how, like I've sat there and like one of the songs we just sat there and did it all in one practice.
Yeah.
Which was cool. And then others, not so much. You know, it's different per song. You know,
Well, you got to learn. You got to learn where's the point of diminishing returns as far as you're hammering on something, and then eventually you just got to be like, we know where we're at. Mm-hmm. Let's
just let it.
Let's
sit
do
here
something
for a
else.
second.
Yes. Yeah, and then and then it's time to start writing solos and leads and stuff like that, and then you just that goes with just repetition of experimenting. You know, like there's lead sections and solo sections where it's like, okay, do I go feel or do I just go all full out chaos shred mode, or do I do both?
Right.
You know, so like there's a couple of them on there where it's just like, okay, well, this is more feel orientated here. But like, and then it goes with like, my guitar players I like is, Ollie Herbert from All That Remains. If you're saying shout outs,
shout out,
rest in peace. He just passed. Jeff Ling, Parkway Drive, Slash, all different kinds. Like from like being in a cover band and learning like how they do like certain licks and riffs.
Yeah, it's
like, okay, that's cool, but then I'm tweaking it my way into writing a certain phrase or solo cap, whatever it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it's fun, but it's you gotta really, sometimes it's repetition, and it's like, okay, should I just throw this out in the trash, or should I keep
or if
it,
there's something there, yeah, that interests
me
a lot.
Assume that's the same.
I always write a full song.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like
and then I shoot him down.
Yeah.
This is garbage.
Well, I don't know if it's like an OCD tick or what, but it's like, I start, it's got to end. I got to finish it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how like you guys do it where, like you have one way effort. Where you, where you, effort, do it this way, but they do it this way, and then trying to make that together cool is neat
too. Because my influence is the Parkway Drive, As I Lay Dying, Kill Switch Engage, that, but they Rich likes Electric Wizard and The Sword and all those stoner rock band, but then Jeremy likes Arch Enemy and Gojira and Nightwish, and then Ronnie likes Tupac.
Sure.
Like you're, all that, but then we blend it all together.
Yeah.
And that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So.
How did you, like
cool.
What I would do, Eric, we all know I'd write the whole song.
With our own twist to it. It's fucking cool.
Absolutely. When I would bring you guys a song, you and Josh would kind of tag team vocals, writing lyrics, writing melodies, or would he
turn that?
Yeah.
Went in that direction, yeah.
Would you guys, like I would send say a demo. Mm-hmm. I'd send it to both of you. Would you guys both formulate ideas, or would you be like, oh, hey, I'm not doing nothing, I'm going to come over, we're going to work on music? How would you formulate the ideas together, or would you like maybe you'd come up with an idea and then he would come up with an idea for the same part?
It depended on the song.
Yeah.
So let's say you sent one or you came up with something. Like sometimes I would go, Josh has got this one. Maybe there's a song that you came up with, like, ooh, I think I have something.
Yeah.
And then I would just tell Josh, and hey, come on over.
Yeah.
So you just come over. He might have already had something because he could literally come up with things like that quick.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I need a little more time to like really feel what I'm hearing and come up with something. But then we would sit together. He's like, well, I have this. I'm like, all right, well, let's hear what you got.
Yeah.
And he'd play your track. He'd sing over that.
Pretty
I'd
cool
listen to it.
Two together. It was awesome.
Like coming up with.
Oh yeah. In his basement, it was. We got Cadoba that one time. Just watching those.
You just let them go. Shit. You just let them. Don't interject unless you hear something that's like
those two together, and it was just on repeat.
Yeah.
And how you did that, it was really.
Well,
it was really fucking.
It was the same when it was just
really,
me
really, really cool.
Yeah.
It was cool to watch.
Yeah.
We would listen. Like I said, he would just play the track, give me what he's got. I'd listen to it, and then I'd kind of come up with maybe a little something, because sometimes it was just really tweaking what he already had.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, let's try this, let's try that, let's try this. And then there was other times where he's like, no, I like what you got. But it was usually a joint effort to come up with something.
Right. Oh, I hear you. Yeah. His way to just be able to write shit.
Yeah.
I always marveled at that because like it's so prolific, and he was able to just come up with different melodies and lyrics. Like you'd play something and he'd go, okay, this is what I'm going to do. It's like, I can't write lyrics or melodies for shit, and no one wants to listen to me sing anyways, but it's like, how the fuck you just come up with this stuff? Oh yeah, just blah, 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 blah. And it was there. I was like, fuck you, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, he would come up with things so quick. And sometimes it's like, all right, well, we got this word, so this goes, let's start rhyming. So we just start throwing out words like, all right, this hits. No, that's not good. This is good. That's not good. You find something eventually that, syllables. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
So,
and yeah, I mean, it was interesting, you know, because there was times where I would just look at him and go, this ain't working. It's not working.
Yeah.
Let's just not, we'll either set it to the side, come back to it later, or I'll just tell him that it's just, sometimes you got to be honest with your brothers and be like, no.
Yeah, you guys were, you know, you guys have been a team for so long that there was really nothing you could be like, dude, that's garbage.
Yeah.
You know, and you had no, and they were just, okay.
Right.
You know, there wasn't any like, fuck this guy, it's going to work.
Because
there was nothing like that.
Right.
You know? And it's just, to, like Corey just said, to watch you guys actually work this thing out was like, you know, but like I would leave or whatever and be like, oh yeah, we'll work it out. And then I'd come the next day or, you know, whatever, the next practice or whatever. And they'd have it worked out.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
I think there were times
worked out, but then how you two, like how it was just sitting there on repeat. Like I was like almost to the point where I'm scratching my head. You know, I don't want to fucking.
Oh, because you're hearing the same thing over and over.
You know, it's how. Yeah, it was how you two worked to dial that in that. I don't want to say problem or issue, but to get that part to get it right.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, well, once we had started once we started, it's like, no, we got to get it.
Yeah,
we're in it. Let's just go.
Right.
I think there was times where,
but the repetition, it was just awesome.
Maybe something didn't sound good, and I would, say something to Josh. I think Josh's out sometimes was, all right, well, why don't you come up with it?
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, well, it's going to take a little more time. It's not going to like come up with something in the next 5 minutes. So, so then maybe I would come up with a chorus.
Yeah.
You know, that happened a lot, especially towards the end, where I was doing a lot of choruses, you know.
Yeah.
Even he might have come up with the words or maybe some of the melody, but some of the other choruses were things I wrote and things I came up with. You know? So but I think it added a dynamic to the band and what our sound, what we were doing.
Yeah.
Who knows how that would have evolved over time.
Right.
So
yeah, you know, like I said before, I you know, obviously we can't figure out what we don't know what would have happened, you know, but I am, I'm interested and then excited to see what happens next. Cause like, you know, Corey's in 3 left, but you know, obviously we're going to work together as much as we can, you know, regardless of whatever, you know, however it works out, we don't know. You know, and I'm not going to be like, oh, you're going to be in the thing. You know, it's just going to be whatever it is, and if it works out, it works out. But you know, you're still obviously you're in whatever. We're like I said, we're galvanized together. You know,
right.
But I'm excited to see, you know, what happens what the next step is and how that turns out. You know, it's going to be a different chapter. It's going to be a new chapter. But I'm itching to fucking play some shows eventually whenever we fucking can, but just to make noise with somebody would be, you know.
It'll be interesting to see. Yeah. It'll be interesting. It's a new venture for me.
Yes. Yeah. We don't have a name. We've kicked a million of them around, but Erica's going to get out of the seat of the drum kit.
I think maybe we can push everybody up front, and I can still
nice
in the back.
Nice.
Right?
Nice. Yeah, Eric's going to get out from behind the drum kit and out to that lead vocal. So obviously it's going to be a new.
Did that a little bit, and
What's that?
so Josh kind of did that a little bit, though.
What?
Like, just like it's like he's singing behind the.
Oh,
script.
yeah.
Like okay.
I think he would do that sometimes, especially if we had like a join part.
Yeah. Right.
Or if he was trying to like, if you guys were on a solo or doing something cool, he would back out.
Back up, right.
And let you guys have that.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yep.
To see how this plays out.
Yep. So I guess
anybody
who plays drums.
Yeah.
We need a fucking drummer. God damn it. So in our neck of the woods, well, especially like for me, because I don't talk to anybody, it's difficult. But if anybody wants to play drums in a hard rock band, we'd be interested in hearing y'all. So
yeah, it's interesting how this is all kind of developing.
Yeah, it's very slow, but it's fine.
It's slow, but it's almost like perfect that with all the stuff going on.
Yeah,
there's no rush, even though we're like, dude.
Yeah.
We want to go play.
We want to play, but yeah, at the same time, it's like, no.
But at the same, it's like, this is okay because it gives me an opportunity to like develop something.
Yep.
Which direction do I want to go in?
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of demos and some sound different from others, and the vocals are going to be different from others in ways.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how it kind of plays out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And whether or not it'll be like that first time drumming. I might do one show. I'd be like, this is not I'm out.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
I'm out.
But when we get to that point, I'm excited to get to that point, so.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe we'll put out some demos.
Yeah, I think that's probably, especially with who knows when
this is all going to happen. We'll put out some demos pretty soon here.
Yep.
And just give people a slight taste or idea.
Give it a little taste, baby.
Just to what's been happening for how long now? A year?
Yeah, year plus, yeah.
We've been, I think, it's been a year plus that we've just been dabbling.
Yeah.
So we haven't been quiet.
No, we've been working. We've been working behind the scenes, for sure. There's lots of stuff happening.
One chapter closes.
Another one gets started. Yep. Yeah. So, well, we'll call it there. Did talk for like three some fucking hours, boys.
Yeah.
So
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. No one's listening anyways.
I know. Just edit
go to the bathroom.
Edit all of my stuff.
He's got to piss that 15 times.
I'm nervous.
All right, with that being said, that's awesome. I love you guys.
Yes, love you too, buddy.
How much do you love me?
Very.
All right.
All right, good enough.
I believe you. I believe you.
All right, good.
I appreciate you.
See, that's good enough. I take it.
There we go.
Apparently, apparently, I've been told I'm getting soft.
Not by me. Well, wait, did I say that exactly?
You said you might
say that.
I couldn't.
I suggested it, so
you know what it is, though. Everything that's happened in like the past few years, you try to appreciate things a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
So I appreciate you.
Both
of you.
Everyone. I will take it.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
That's my softest I'll ever get.
Thanks, guys. All right, there you have it, everybody. That was part 2 of my conversation with Corey Schmidt and Eric Peters. Check out Corey's band 3 Left. I'm going to play another song from their album coming out, relatively soon, not too soon. I'm not positive. I don't want to speak out of school here, but I'm going to play a song called Devil Devours His Own at the end of my little outro here. So I hope you had fun listening to us 3 talk. Like I said at the beginning, this was like the first time that the 3 of us have been in the same room in, over a year and a half. It's probably at least a year and a half. And, I've seen Corey on his own. I've seen Eric on his own. Cove Dog hits, kind of throws a wrench in the spokes there. So it's, and everybody's, got lives there because a new father, we all work and, Corey's been busy with 3 left and all sorts of stuff. So, life happens. So it's hard sometimes to come together, but it was a lot of fun. I really miss those guys, when I don't get to see them, so they are definitely, my brothers, and, it's never a dull moment when we get together. I'll put it that way. Well, anyways, go and find 3 Left online. I know on Instagram, it's 3_left, all spelled out. Eric doesn't want to be followed, but I think it's at ericpeters.215 or 215 Milwaukee or something like that. I had it posted in the show notes. I'll put it there. So I definitely appreciate it. Everybody's tuned in. You can find the podcast wherever podcasts happen. I'm working on Pandora. It's on Amazon, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, you name it. Go find the show on the Facebook and Instagram at Podcasts on My Monitor. Me, I'm at all of them at the Johnny Ruckus. Please go to the Teespring store, teespring.com/stores/the Johnny Ruckus. I would definitely appreciate that. Like I said, 50% of all the profits go to Josh's family. So you can't mess with that. So I appreciate everybody. I'll stop yakking. I'll play the song now. As Eric said, I appreciate you, and try to be better today than you were yesterday. Bye now.